Forget thoughts of a double-dip recession. Forecaster Access Economics is predicting we're on the verge of another resources boom, potentially bigger than the last. The only fly in the ointment, there may not be enough workers available to keep up because of a lack of migration. Chris Richardson is the chief economist of Access Economics, and he joins me now from Perth. So, Chris Richardson, if the next resources boom is bigger than the last, how big could it get?
It's already very big. We know the dollars that are being paid at the moment, the prices that we're getting, in particular for coal and iron ore, and those are sufficiently high that we will earn substantially more export income this year. Our terms of trade, if you like, this year, comfortably better than the peak they reached a few years ago in the first round of the resources boom. Now, that's great for Australia, but it does come with some costs as well, including higher interest rates.
Well, we'll get on to that in just a moment. How big a concern is the potential lack of workers to keep up with demand?
I think it's a concern for Australia as a whole, but perhaps in particular for Western Australia. During the first round of this boom, from the middle of 2006 to the middle of 2008, Western Australia needed a lot of extra workers, but for every 8 extra workers it got, 7 were coming from overseas and only 1 from the rest of Australia. This time around, not only will migration be dropping back instead of rising as it was during the first round, but baby boomers will be retiring in bigger numbers. And that means we simply won't have the people power to power up the coming round of this boom.
OK, on to interest rates now. Higher cost of borrowing seem inevitable, and if there aren't going to be enough workers to go around, then wage inflation will also be a problem.
Yes. Now, look, wage growth fell away through the crisis, and that was appropriate. Basically, it helped many Australians stay in their jobs. But wage growth will pick up from here. Skill shortages will pick up from here. Remember, in that first round of the boom, through to the middle of 2008, we already had skill shortages, rising wages, rising prices, and higher interest rates. This time we'll have to do it with less people power.
And of course, high interest rates mean a still stronger local dollar, making our exports less competitive.
Yes, and that's the tricky combination that we face. A lot of strength in the exchange rate, rising strength in our interest rates, and that combination is bad news for some sectors and some states. Australia as a whole, a clear beneficiary of what's happening. We stand at the front of the pack amongst the rich nations of the world because of our ability to slipstream China and great commodity prices. But it does come with its costs.
Chris Richardson, thank you.
Thank you.